Hello and welcome to the MHS Rewind studio on the campus of Martinsville High School for the 5th episode of Inside Martinsville Football Today. I'm here as always with Coach Duggar. And Coach Duggar, you're 4-0 this season, so how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Feels pretty good to come in here after a win. Obviously, we've done that a couple times, so keep that going if we can.
So the Artesians have not been 4-0 since 2010. And I know we like to keep blinders on and not worry about rankings and stuff like that, but that's got to be important.
Well, I mean, it shows you that we're buying in. It shows that the kids are buying into the idea of playing 1-0 each week, and we've done it 4 times, and this week's another opportunity to go 1-0, and it'd be great to do it a 5th time.
Yep, that's right. So, recently, you won the Week 4 Colts Coach of the Week, and the school was rewarded with a $2,000 check. Why don't you talk about that award?
Well, first of all, it's anytime coaches get awards, it really just means you've got great kids and great players. They don't give awards to programs that aren't winning. So hats off to you guys and the rest of the team as well for their effort on Friday night. That comeback was unbelievable. I don't know if there's ever been anything like it in the history of Indiana football. So pretty special night, but really also pretty special to the Colts. What they've done for high school football here in Indiana is amazing. All the stuff they give, all the grants, all the different opportunities they offer. That's not like that in every state. Not every state gets to play their state championship in the NFL stadium. The Colts do allow that to happen. So very thankful for the Colts and all that they do, and it is a pretty cool award, but a lot of it goes back to what you guys did.
Right. So we'll talk about that Decatur game, and we know offense obviously had a pretty slow start. The first few drives were not what we'd hoped for, but how'd you rate their overall performance?
Well, I would say the game was kind of broken into chunks. You look at the first 18 minutes, we weren't very good on either side of the ball. Excuse me. Then the next 12 minutes was kind of solid football by both teams, and then the last 18 minutes we kind of controlled, and Decatur made some mistakes. So kind of all-around game. Not happy with how we came out of the gate. We didn't play our brand of football, which we talked a lot about at halftime. We need to clean things up and get to kind of do the things the way we do them, and I felt like that happened in the second half. So, mistakes are going to happen, but we can't have a half of football like that again.
Right. So we will go ahead and look at the highlights presented by Carl Van Evener, and we'll talk about those highlights.
Yeah. Our defense wasn't bad in the first half. I felt like they gave up big plays, blown coverage here, blown coverage there, which really impacted some things. But overall, I thought they were flying to the football pretty well. Got them in 3rd and long situations, which is good. And we did some good things on offense. We just, you can't start the game with a fumble on your first play. You can't have a block punt in the second possession. You can't have pick six. You can't have those things. I mean, we gave up 21 points in the first half on offense. So, it was nice to see us rally. And once we started taking care of the ball and playing our brand, I thought good things really happened. But, I thought we had a lot of really good things. I thought Austin ran hard all night long. Thought he did a good job with that. For the most part, I thought our pass pro on offense was really good for AJ, giving him time. That's a really good defensive front, and I thought we did a good job controlling them. And our receivers made plays out wide, too, and that helps as well. And the one thing that goes underscored in the comeback, really, is our defensive effort. That's something that we, you kind of talk about giving up 35 in the first half and only 3 in the second. That's a big deal.
Coming back from that, that's got to be hard to do.
Yeah. So this touchdown here to Hunter, for the play we put in there for Austin Pryor before that, and then the touchdown to Hunter, that was really big because that kept it from being a running clock.
Yep.
So going 35-7 right before half was really big, allowed us to come out, and we were going to have the ball first, and kind of just kept the running clock from starting, so it kind of kept it a game as well.
Yeah.
But again, it's a good job by our defense here, finishing out the half. Trenton Tolliver there with the strip there. They recover it, but kind of pushed them back into that 3rd and long situation. And then we're able to make a play here. Noah does a great job coming off the edge, force a punt right before half, which again allowed that running clock not to start because it's 35-7. So we didn't score on that first drive, but they come back and. Our defense gets a huge stop down here by the goal line again, forces a field goal, which I thought was really important because that field goal really kept us in the game as well. That's one of those, they go in there and score a touchdown right there. It's a totally different game. And then everything just started clicking. You get Austin Pryor here with a really big run all the way down to I don't know how far he got down there, but really close down there. And then we end up punching it in a couple plays later on AJ's on a little quarterback run here. That's our first score of the half. It's 38-14. You're not thinking anything yet. You're just kind of glad to see good football being played. Come out, take a shot here with the onside kick. Get fortunate that they run into each other and Levi jumps right on the ball. So big play now. So things are really starting to we're kind of stacking them up here a little bit. Come out of that, take a shot here right off the bat to Mason. Mason makes a tremendous catch, great throw by AJ, and all of a sudden we're at the 1 yard line again. I don't know how that wasn't a touchdown, but we're at the 1 yard line again here. And Austin Pryor's going to punch it in. And now you're looking at it's 38-20, and it's 18-point game. It's still in the third quarter. You're kind of interested in kind of what could happen from this point going forward. So we get a stop on defense. We get the ball back again. We take a shot here to Draven. Or no, that's the Hunter first. Then we come back with a shot to Draven, I believe, and Draven gets us down the field into scoring position again. And these plays were big in the whole scheme of the game. Just big play after big play, kind of moving the ball along, and we just kept making these plays. That here all of a sudden a good ball here to Hunter, another big shot. Now it's 38-27, and now you're going, okay, wait a second. It's a 2-score game, and there's still 11 minutes to go in this game. That's a very doable thing. Defense gets a big stop here. Plays well. I believe this is the possession we get the fumble. I think the next play they fumble, and Mason Simzak I think recovers it, or no, it's Mason Kirchhoff recovers this one. So now you're again the momentum's on our side. Yeah. They're kind of reeling. We've got the ball here, and then Lucas Dewey has to come in for Austin Pryor. Runs hard this entire possession. Really gives us some traction. We get it all the way down to the goal line, and we run a little leak action there for Josh Jones, and now it's a 1-score game with 6 minutes to go. So we, you really like where things are at. We know we need 1 stop, 1 score, and all of a sudden we can win this game. So, the more and more the avalanche kept happening, the more things kept going our way. Credit to our defense here. Again, with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, they get a stop. They force a punt. They'll actually block the punt here in a second, but credit to our defense flying around making plays. Benefit there, them not catching a ball there, but at the way the momentum's going, that's how things are rolling. Ty Hornberger does a great job there blocking the punt. Mason Simzak recovers it, and now we've got the ball with 3 minutes to go, and we feel really good about the situation. So just kind of do what we do, drive the field. We took our time, get a good shot here to Draven. Gets us inside, I think, about the 15, 10-yard line, and then it just became, what do we got to do to score here? Kind of different things. Good run play there. We had 2 timeouts. We felt good about where we were at. And then this was the play that a lot of people remember for a long time because he kind of, finished it. Hunter in the corner, crowd's going crazy. Crowd was really into it that whole drive. Just the energy and excitement. And then, there's still 20 seconds left, so we got to finish the thing out. So, everybody's really excited, but this next play, this sack, was just as important as that was because this made them waste a timeout. This made them, get back 20, 30 yards further because their kickers is legit. And the fact that he had to kick a 59-yarder to win it, that's a big deal. So overall, just unbelievable performance, unreal night. Very proud of our kids. But like we talked about, it doesn't mean anything going forward.
And so I would like to talk about Lucas Dewey. Austin Pryor, he had an injury, and no one really kind of knew about it. So we were yelling for Austin off the sideline. Offense was already on the field. And Lucas Dewey, I saw him come sprinting from the bench. That's a huge step up from that.
Next man up. Austin was being held up for precautionary reasons. Some kind of showed some symptoms of potentially a concussion. So our trainers did a great job with that. Lucas jumped in, knew what he was doing, ran hard, picked up great blitzes, executed at a high level. So, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So we'll move away from that Decatur game and keep it, in the memories. So Franklin is this week, and some people might think of it as another trap game. You think maybe you get caught up on last week's win, huge win over Decatur, and Whitelands is next week. We know that Whiteland's a good team, but so some people might forget about Franklin. So how do we stop ourselves from having another trap game?
We've been here before, right?
Yeah.
After the Bloomington South game, we talk about this, and then now it's a repeat of that. Franklin's really good. They've got probably the best running back in our conference. They've probably got the best two-way lineman in the Smith kid in the conference.
Yep.
They're really good. They're a really good football team. Their coach is one of the best around. Coach Cole is a Hall of Fame coach. Won state championships. He knows what he's doing. He took them from being in the bottom of the dweller, cellar, whatever you want to call it, and pulled them up. And they've been relevant the last few years. Really good football. So we're at their place. We have not played traditionally well there. We've gotten slow starts. So we're going to have a great week of practice. Like we talked about, we can't care about the Decatur game. It's awesome. It's great, but it doesn't help us this Friday night. This Friday night is all about Franklin and nothing else. So we've got to play really good football. We've got to finish up this week and have a great week of practice and go up there and play our brand of football. Because like I talked about at halftime, when we play our brand of football, we're pretty good.
Yeah. So what will be the plan against that Franklin team? You mentioned the Smythe kid on offense and defense. What are some other key players they got, and how are we going to stop them?
Well, Luger's is probably the best running back in our conference. He was also all conference last year with Braden Shrake as the running backs. And he's the guy that came back. Braden graduated. We got to be gap sound. We're going to have to team tackle. Everybody's going to have to fly to the football to get him down. He's really good. If we don't do our job, he'll pop one for 80. He'll carry the pile for 2 or 3 yards. He's one of the best around. And then on defense, we just got to do a great job of identifying their fronts and kind of what they're doing. Doing our stuff. I feel like this is a week that our game plan fits really well with what they want to do, and just execute our offense. And some of that is going to be controlling Smith or Smythe, however he pronounces it, controlling him a little bit because he can be a game wrecker. Yep. But other than that, we just got to do what we do and play our brand of football.
Last question here before I let you go. I just need you to give me a few keys to the game. How are we going to win Friday?
It's the same as it always is, Maddox. On offense, it's take care of the ball, execute, and on defense, it's no big plays, be gap sound, and fly around and make tackles. If we do those things, that's our brand of football. Playing with enthusiasm, playing with energy. I think we're tough to beat.
I love to hear it. So that is going to do it for the 5th episode of Inside Martinsville Football here in the MHS Rewind studio on the campus of Martinsville High School. I would like to thank Coach Duggar for coming out and answering some of these questions. I'm your host, Maddox Dilley. Thanks for watching.